The story of how an entitled mother wanted to kill my 2-month-old puppy because I wouldn't give him away to her hellspawn daughters. Almost a month ago, we went for a little walk with my parents and some friends in a mountain region. Suddenly, we see some whimpering and crying and see a little baby dog under a tree. He looked very scruffy and his stomach was bloated due to some parasites, as we later found out. He was very scared and was crying for his life. We couldn't leave him there, so we picked him up and took him home. He is in very good health now and only needs his last few shots that will be given next week. Now let me tell you, Tito is not only the cutest dog ever, here is the image, but he is also very kind to people and loves attention. As he doesn't bite, we let quite a lot of people pet him. That particular day we were going for a walk with him. Our vet told us he can't walk on a leash yet, as he doesn't have all his shots, so if we wanted to take him out, we should do so holding him like a baby. We were waiting in a line to get our chocolate strawberries when we heard a squeal. It was Entitled Kid 1 that had just spotted our Paperino. She came running towards us and asked to pet him. Of course I said yes, as he quite likes it. She was petting him and asking some questions. Just then the rest of her posse arrived. Entitled Kid 1. Can I hold him? He seems to like me very much. I laughed a bit awkward. I don't like giving my pets to random strangers as I don't trust them. Me. No, sorry, he doesn't like to be in the arms of someone that isn't my dad, mom or me. Entitled Kid 2. She just rolls her eyes. It's just a dog. My sister wants to hold him, just let her. Mom. My daughter told you no, so please respect that. You can pet him but not hold him. Even if my mom is a small lady, she can be very intimidating and doesn't like people that are entitled. Entitled Kid. But he loves me. Look how he's wagging his tail. Me. Yes, he loves people, but my answer is still no. I wasn't even being rude. I just put my foot down as I don't like people to give room for misunderstandings. But you would think that I had just wished death upon her. She started bawling like a maniac. At that, Entitled Mom, who was formerly on her phone, looks up with the wrath of all entitled mothers ever. She points her finger at me. Listen here, you. Just kidding. Listen here, you. Racial slur for brown Latin people. You flippin' apologize to my daughter now and let her hold that stupid dog now. If there is something that my mom can't keep cool with, is people insulting me or somehow mistreating me. Mom, don't you ever dare talk to my daughter that way ever again. It's not my or her fault that you haven't taught your daughter how to respect other people's wishes. The two moms were soon involved in a screaming match while older entitled kid was trying to get a hold of my dog. The vendor opened the little door to his kiosk for me to enter so that neither of entitled kids could harm my dog. In that process of trying to close the door on the older sister, that was at this moment holding on to one of his hind paws, the vendor accidentally smashed her hand in the door. Older sister screams like heck. Older sister. Help! Help! They are hurting me! They are trying to break my hand! Entitled mom turns around and instead of helping her, she turned to the door and opened it. She went for me screaming a lot of things and demanded me to give her the dog. Tito was terrified and was trying to hide himself in my shirt. Me. Shut up. You are scaring my dog, what is wrong with you? Entitled mom. Give me your flipping dog. Younger kid bounded with him and she deserves a Rottweiler. My dog is not a Rottweiler nor any other kind dog breed for that matter as he is a rescue street dog. If you want a dog of that breed for her then go flipping buy one because Tito is a street dog. Oh my god! How can you let a filthy dog like that walk in our streets? He could have illnesses and whatnot. I was cornered at that moment and the vendor was trying to intervene. I saw a security guard approaching and was relieved. But then I looked down. That fool was trying to wrap her hands around my dog's neck, screaming that such filth didn't deserve to live. She was quickly taken back by the security guards. It was a whole spectacle. They had to drive older kid to the hospital. Younger kid tried telling the police that arrived that I had stolen her dog. The claim was quickly discredited by the vendor and my mom. Entitled mom was taken into custody and the younger kid was sent to her father. We drove my dog to the vet and nothing happened to him, luckily. My mom and dad drove in the evening to the police station to inquire about our rights to press charges against that woman. And we can. That aftermath hadn't played out as it was just a few days ago, but I hope she gets what she deserves. Now here we have second part of this story. My parents pressed charges the day that entitled man wanted to strangle Tito. The officers told us that as there were witnesses, the security officers and the vendor, the likelihood of entitled mom getting criminal charges was extremely high. 5 days passed. When we got a visit from animal control, entitled mom has pressed charges against us and said that our filthy dog was visibly sick and a danger for the environment. I was extremely upset, but we were cleared quite fast of all allegations. The woman even complimented us on the health of Tito. Then came the trial. I put it in quotation marks as we were just in a room with a long table with both of our attorneys present and a mediator. Forgot the professional term. Entitled mom showed up with her older daughter and her lawyer. They were looking to smack that I wanted to punch them. Before it all started, the daughter followed me into the bathroom where the following occurred. "Oh, cute bag. Where did you get that from? A dollar store?" It was like she just saw a bunch of those old bully cheerleader movies and was trying to copy from it. I didn't say anything, because I'm not stupid. I can tell when someone is trying to provoke me. "What? Are you a coward now? You dirty brown people are all the same. You flippin' know you just want the money of my parents. You don't flippin' know how to do honest work and you prey on rich people just like us to scam us. You are the scum of the world." I just nodded and left. But again, I'm not stupid. I opened WhatsApp, sent the rent of the daughter via voice recording to my mom and left the bathroom. That's actually 200 IQ. I arrived back at the room shortly after the daughter did. She whispered something to entitled mother, who looked at me shooting daggers. We sat down as it began. As we did the claim, we were first in recounting what happened. We laid out the witness statements and the vet reports as well as some blurry pictures the kiosk camera made. It was pretty clear that we were telling the truth. We each gave a little statement and then it was entitled mom's turn. They spun it around in a ridiculous way, claiming before all went down I was offering my dog to them. I supposedly asked for around $50, then just ran away with my dog. Then they claimed entitled mom chased after me to get either her money or the dog. Apparently I was threatening violence and that's when entitled mom snapped. Lawyer said she was just a poor woman with post-traumatic stress disorder and that my threats made her snap. That's why she acted like she acted afterwards. They put a counterclaim for verbal assault and fraud on me. When asked why the vendor would lie on our behalf, entitled mom blurted out, "Obviously to get in her pants." She was reprimanded by both the mediator and the lawyer. Mediator: "That's in no way helpful to this case, Mr. Entitled Mom. Can I please see the certificate of her psychologist stating that she suffers from PTSD? Lawyer: "A bit nervous. Well, you see, she was never formally diagnosed, but..." Mediator: "If it was never formally diagnosed, I have to dismiss this as non-relevant for the case." Entitled Ma'am: "Are you calling me a liar? Be honest, you just want to take their side because you don't want to do your job, right?" Mediator: "Mrs. Entitled Ma'am, I can assure you I am doing my job in the appropriate manner, which is why I have to dismiss unsupported claims." Entitled Ma'am wanted to say something else but was stopped by her lawyer. Mediator: "Now you say Mrs. Alejamik scammed you out of $50, right?" Entitled Ma'am: "Right. She did that and I am sure if she could she would have taken even more." Mediator: "In the written statement from your youngest daughter, the one that was supposed to get the dog, it states that she scammed you out of $100. Can you clarify that, Mrs. Entitled Mom?" Entitled Ma'am: You see, she's just a baby. She gets quantities mixed up quite a lot." After a big back and forth, where Entitled Mom poked a lot of holes in her history, we got a 10-minute recess. That's when I found out that fancy lawyer man was actually Entitled Mom's husband. She was berating him for doing an awful job and said that if he doesn't win this case, he can sleep on the couch for the rest of the year, and that she would be taking his money and buy a new couch she wanted as recompensation for this inability. Honestly, husband looked like a doormat, constantly saying yes honey, Don't you worry, honey. I felt bad for him. When we got back, we were told that after reviewing the evidence, there was no way Entitled Mom's storyline could have occurred. They granted us all the money to cover for Tito's vet bills plus around 1K for damages. Entitled Mom was charged with 100 hours community service and daughter was left with 40 community hours. And oh boy, as the verdict came, Entitled Mom lost her mind, screaming like a banshee, saying we were bribing the system, that we only got off because the mediator was brown like we are. And the best thing, she spit on the mediator. She flipping spit on them. That's when she was escorted out. The daughter tried to claim I had assaulted her in the bathroom and cursed at her. My mom played the recording of her rant in the bathroom and she just broke down. It was honestly a crap show. I have never seen such entitled and unstable people in my life. The husband tried to apologize for them and begged not to press further charges for verbal assault on the daughter's part. We accepted that with the condition of a restraining order. They all left. We talked to the mediator, thanked her and went our merry ways. A few weeks later we were granted the order and haven't heard of them since. Happy end. Update. So I just met with our lawyer, boyfriend of my dad's friend, on my way to work. He told me that Entitled Mom indeed got 90 days in jail for her spitting on the mediator. It was a federal offense. He said she is lucky that she didn't get 6 months because her husband struck a deal. Guess after all, husband won't have to sleep on the couch. Nice. Watch the part 2 right here.